So I feel that maybe added element for you as a reason why this person came into your life, to really teach you and to show you and to sort of push you, inspire you to dwell on that whenever we say it's not going to work out, it's not possible, because again, because I have to juggle too many things, because we have different backgrounds, because we have different religions, different lifestyles, right? It's excuse of an ego. Love is love. When two people love each other, it's about a decision that we take. There is no such thing as the right person at the wrong time. If it's a right person, it was sent to you, that she was sent to you exactly the right time to make you realize that, how do they say this? The time is never right, we make the time right, something like that. There's a saying. So they were showing this to me, but it escaped me, but it's the truth. So think about this. If you ever I mean, it's coming to my mind, maybe you will not yet be ready to understand that, but if you ever had that moment that you met someone and you felt that this was the right person, but then, oh my God, it was not the right time. When you really embark on a journey of self-discovery, you bring the subconscious into the conscious mind to understand yourself better, to understand human nature better. You become someone very aware, very balanced, right? What we call a journey of spirituality. You would realize, looking back, that it was the right person and it was the exactly right time. I wasn't ready to take the decision. Every day we take decisions. My as I said this, my throat literally locked. So maybe it will cause a little bit of anxiety. Maybe it's that. Maybe being with this person still causes anxiety within you, still causes fear from love, fear from, right? But it just, it's easier to shift the blame and to say, oh, because they live in a different state or a different country or a different city, or because they're blah, 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 as ever many obstacles. There is no obstacle for love. My friend, you are the obstacle. You are the only obstacle that can exist out there. I dare you, whoever's watching and feels that there are obstacles in love, let me know, and I will break this down to you to prove to you that it is an obstacle of your ego. It is not an actual obstacle. Okay? So, yeah, we have opening you up to love, making you realize that there are no obstacles and there is no wrong time. And the first thing that is coming through is to release the procrastination. I feel they sort of put this person on your path so you can pick up the pace when it comes to closing your past. Maybe you've been procrastinating on certain decisions related to your ex. It's safe to love. I want to finish the spread. It's safe to love. Finances and career. There it is. One of the biggest obstacles that people invent, saying that we cannot be together because I have to focus on my career. How is that an obstacle? If someone is your true soul connection, you sit down and you have a conversation and you can say to this person, listen, I love you, I feel a connection, but right now I'm very much tied with, I don't know, I travel a lot, I work a lot. How about we organize ourselves? Bam, problem solved. Finances, how is that an obstacle? Because I'm a woman and I have a lot of more money, so what? Money is just energy. Whatever money you have, it's just given to you temporarily for this life. It can come, it can go. In 5 years, this person can have 10 times more and you can lose everything. Father Universe gives and takes away. It's nothing. Money it's irrelevant. What else you got? Right? Because I feel like, or there's one more thing coming to my mind, because is it safe to love? So maybe you don't actually feel that you cannot be with someone because, you know, you're from different backgrounds, from a perspective of, but maybe you do like feel that that this person, I don't know, it's a factor. It's a factor. I'm hearing so many things that I feel like it may be very individual because this is a collective reading. It may be that there's a difference between the two of you. It may be that you struggle right now and job, money, career. There's a reason this card is on the table. You may not feel safe. You may not feel safe. Maybe you don't feel financially safe right now. Maybe you don't want to commit because you have some bad experiences with your ex when it comes to money, and sort of how you were left in a post-divorce situation. Things are coming to my mind. Let's do a couple more. We have flirts, open mind, flirts. Maybe in the beginning that's what you wanted. You just wanted a little flirtation because you were stressed out, because you were, don't play with fire. I always say this. People do this and people never listen. People never listen. Why? If you were, I repeat this to you guys as a mantra, but I understand that it requires spiritual maturity and emotional maturity to get there. If you are not looking for a love kind of a relationship, why are you wasting my time? Right? Maybe you thought in the beginning that it was just a flirt and you were wasting this person's time, and now this person is like that serious and you're a scared little birdie. Do you know how I highlight this to you guys, that true divine feminine mature women, we don't date, right? You are either my life partner / husband, or don't waste my time. I'm not looking for any boyfriend. I'm not looking for flirt. I'm not looking for whatever, okay? I'm a mature, self-aware woman. You either want to be my life partner again, or don't waste my time. And obviously it's not something that happens from one day to another, but we meet people to marry, to mate, to have a divine union, however you wanna call this, right? So maybe there is something that you thought that you just it's coming to my mind as well. Maybe you need to face that it was a little bit egoistic because you just wanted a distraction. You just wanted to have some fun, forget about your problems, and now things developed and you don't necessarily know what to do with it. We have forgiving and learning, which ties into that release your past, right? One more. Two more. Pay attention to red flags and deception. Past life relationship. There's a reason I was hearing from your guides to explain this to you, everything that we've explained in past. There's a reason I said past part. People think that when they meet someone again, and it's such an uncanny magnetic pull, that it's because they're your soul connection, your twin flame. I hear this all the time, right? If I had a penny, okay? But in reality, and I've done a whole separate video about this, if you're interested to dive deeper in the topic, it's going to be somewhere in my YouTube, probably in a spirituality or soul ties playlist. The magnetic pull is caused by a soul contract. What's pulling us in is the magnetic pull. And then you can think, oh, I've known you from before. We must have had past lifetime. Yeah, traumatic ones, where we constantly in a loop, we're hurting each other. That's why we're pulled to finally close this. The fact that you feel a pull, the fact that you feel a magnetic pull, the fact that you feel that you dream about someone, they appear in your dreams, you feel like guided, you see synchronicities, and you feel like you've known them from the past life. It doesn't mean that it's a true soul connection that was meant to be your life partner for this life. And sometimes, even if it is, it carries a lesson, right? So there's a lot of learning here. So really, I feel like pay attention. Maybe you also have the tendency, we have this, remember those fireworks, that flirtation that maybe you have still. I don't feel you would, again, I don't want to trigger you, but this is how we do shadow work. We're being bluntly honest with each other. I feel like you like the thrill, the adventure, the romance, the flirtation, those first stages, and maybe you do have the tendency to misunderstand passion a little bit, in a context of passion as a true soul connection, and passion as passion of two egos, because it may feel a little bit similar in the beginning when you don't have that self-understanding, but it's a completely different thing. But again, this connection came into your life to teach you something. So you do have an opportunity. It can be a beautiful thing. It can be a beautiful, a beautiful connection, but it came to your life to teach you something, to teach you that love is love. Maybe you are someone who still doubts that. Love is love. There is no obstacle. There is no wrong time. It's just choices that we make. It's always safe to love. A broken heart teaches us how we can grow and expand, and not that we should close ourselves for love. And again, it's that procrastination. There are things that you need to learn. There are things that you need to release. And I feel like you may have been a little bit resistant in the past. So maybe that's why they put you in, because they're showing me 8 of Swords. You're not seeing things really clearly with this person. You're not seeing this really for what it is. For what it is, really. Okay. What do we want to do? I definitely do want to do at the end a little bit of guidance for you, what you need to focus on. But I kind of want to do these just to confirm. So let's go for it. I feel like I'm holding them all the way around. It doesn't matter. Oh, see. Let's confirm. Coffee cup, meeting conversation, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, friendship. Maybe this is how it started. Like I said, just a little flirtation, just a little friendship. You wanted someone to validate you a little bit, to feel a little bit better, because maybe you were going through difficult, things in life. So it started like very lighthearted. Healing heart. Healing heart. We fell into confirmation, another confirmation. We fell into freedom from toxic relationships. So the moment you met this new person, you would still have been healing from your previous heartbreak, from your previous. So they came as they're showing me like a little bit of honey on top. They came like a honey on your heart to make you believe in love again, to make your heart was very, they're showing me. There's a visualization, a part of a journey. I have a healing heart guided meditation that is available on my YouTube, and I sort of guide you in that meditation. I guide you through certain visualizations. It's kind of a shamanic journey, a meditation, and there's this heart, a representation of heart that looks like it's dry and gray and cracked, and it's all in chains, and that's what they were showing me. So I feel like your past relationship would leave you quite broken, quite disappointed, quite heartbroken. Maybe it was toxic. So I feel like you were still healing, and this person was put into your life. So some people, when they struggle to heal, when they struggle to go inwards, when they struggle to understand the lessons of painful experiences, what we deem as painful experiences, sometimes they fall into a trap of becoming bitter, really closing forever with no turning back. And we have happiness, joy, playfulness, paradise. So I feel this person was put on your path to tell you, no, it's not the way. Now, whether they are the person or not, you guys, I'm going to tell you a secret again. There is no person, okay? And I don't even gonna go into the topics that most people, we all have soulmates. We all have highest soulmates, right? But we have variety of soulmates. So there are many people in this life that we could form a very happy, fulfilling soul connection with, right? you know that I always highlight to you guys, because we talk on this channel about twin flames as well, such a deeply misunderstood topic. So only a fraction of percent of souls incarnating in this on this earth, these souls chose to separate themselves further for a specific purpose. Every pairing, every pairing is going to have a different journey, right? I don't want to go into that. And for these people, highest, most abundant timeline, it really is this person. It really is this, right? So on your highest, most abundant timeline, you may have the highest soulmate. But even so, there is no your person. You choose. The biggest gift of life is choice. Is choice. So maybe right now you're sitting in this energy. Is this my person or is this not my person? Are we going to end up together? Again, even if you were twin souls and you would ask me, are we going to end up being together? I can tap into a specific timeline. I could tap into your highest, most abundant timeline and tell you what's there. But the question is, whether you're going to get there. We get there through choices. Through choices of every day. Nothing is given. We have to choose. So don't focus on a label. Don't focus on who this person is for you. They came in to give you a beautiful experience, to open your heart. What's going to happen? Who knows? Who knows? I'm a psychic and I don't know. I cannot tell you because I don't know what you're going to choose. I can tell you that as per the energies of today, your energy of now, the most probable thing is that that's what you're going to choose. But tomorrow a trigger may happen and you're going to go to a completely different direction. Tomorrow, this collective, however many people resonates with this collective, tomorrow a trigger may happen for all of you and half of you is going to go right and half of you is going to go left. It's a choice. We choose every day. Being with another person, they aren't your person. You make them your person. You look at them and you say, I love you. I feel that you are my soul connection and I choose to love you. I choose to love you every day. I choose to commit. I choose to face my shadows. I choose to face my wounds. I'm not with you because we were doomed to be together because you're whatever label you want to put on it. We choose it. Mirror. Mirror. And that's on top of that deception. Pay attention to the red flags. There is something within you that you were not seeing. Perhaps even something that possibly that ex connection could have taught you, but you missed that lesson. And this person was put in front of you to really make sure that you're going to get it right. Again, regardless of what kind of a soul connection that is, every soul connection carries the mirror effect. We all mirror things to each other. Yeah. There's a reason I was smelling it. That's why I was I was hearing it. That's why I was like, I like you. Someone likes you. Romance is blooming, flirtation, wanting to date. So there's definitely, and that's on top of that romantic feelings. And we have twin flames. But this collective, you would think that this is your twin flame. You would think. Maybe you already sort of start to, release the fog, but at some point you would think that this person, and if you go to my channel, if you found me, it's for a reason. I have a whole playlist. Is it a twin flame or is it a karmic catalyst? But I'm going to say this, just one statement, and we're going to close this, because again, we choose. And I've met people in my life, again, if I had a penny every time someone said to me that they thought that they were in a twin flame connection, 90% of people who think that, it's not it. It's an extremely rare thing, and it's not a love story. It's a very specific spiritual journey, right? But I've met a lot of people who thought that they met that. And I knew straight away, as a divine love reader, I feel into it. I see cords connecting you to another soul. So I know. You come to me in session, before every session, I go into meditation, I connect to your energy, and I see the quartz, right? And even when I know, and I say this to someone, and to be honest, as a reader for Divine Love, I have an inner knowing. So sometimes people just message me to sign up for a session. I know immediately. I had people in my actual life who said this to me. I knew immediately. It's like the chords sort of appear around them as they say it. And even though they asked me, and I said to them, no, this is not it. I can give you a gazillion of reasoning, logical reasoning, but it's not it. They wouldn't believe me. Because when you're not ready to believe, when you're not ready to accept, you're not going to believe it. Do you know what I mean? We have to be ready to grow. We have to be ready to let go. We have to be ready to release. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in your own stories. And perhaps that's part of your journey, right? So this is, and the reason I'm saying this is because I wanted to say, if you really are ready, you can either go to my YouTube and there's a whole separate playlist that will, with tons of video about this connection, that will help you to really understand why this is not it. And the ultimate best solution is just to sign up for a session with, if you don't resonate with my energy, someone else who is a psychic, who is a spiritual teacher, specifically specializing in soul connections. It has to be it, not any spiritual teacher. It's right. It's a whole different thing. We have our own thing, right? So to sign up even for one session to get that confirmation, so someone can tap into your energy individually, because it's really pointless to think that this is it when it's not it, because you're going to constantly be bombarded with 90% of information about it online. It's misconception. There's no point, right? But if this whole reading, from the moment we started, you were like watching and listening and nodding and yeah, oh my God, yeah, if you really feel into it, this for this collective, this is not it. You would think so. You would think so, because of many poorly explained mechanisms and labels that link to this connection. But it's not it. But a karmic catalyst, which this connection is, can be beautiful as well. Again, it's the stories that people said, that the ego tells us that something is superior, inferior, that this is great. It's great. This is pain. I mean, it's wonderful. It's wonderful, but it's one of the. It's a challenge. It's a pro challenge. Okay, it's a pro experience. All right. Let's do some guidance for you. Let's do a message from your guides. Let's do a message from your guides. What do you need to focus on? What is it that we're still not knowing and we need to hear today? Grief. You would have some grievances in your heart. Lost opportunities, lost people that you haven't properly healed. People struggle with that, you know, and here on this channel, I highlight to you guys often that many times when a relationship breaks apart, right, and we separate from someone, it rarely happens from one day to another, especially for us women, because women have this tendency to really, when we put our heart into something, it costs us to let go, right? This is why they always say that when a woman asks and begs and insists and she's there, it's because she's still there. She's still emotionally there. The moment she disappears, there's no turning back. There's no turning around. There's no, right? So because of that, the moment when a woman is ready to exit a relationship, unless obviously in some cases it's placed on you, right? So you're being dumped or cheated on or whatever that is. But usually when the woman is ready to let go, it's because there's no love anymore. Because until we love, we fight to the death, right? But oftentimes that love fades away, and we know that it has to end. The relationship has to end, and then it ends. But what many of us forgets to do but men as well sometimes, is that the fact that you don't want to be with someone the moment you're officially separating and signing those papers and moving out or whatever that is, saying goodbye, it doesn't mean that you once did not love this person. You have to heal your heart. So usually, not always, but again, in many cases, we are in a relationship, we love this person and our heart is broken, but because women, we're fighters, we're really, when we love, we love. The moment the heart is broken, we don't put our energy on healing our heart. It's also because we live in a distorted world. We're not really understanding our femininity. We're not coming from a place of divine feminine self-love kind of energy. But we focus our energy not on healing our heart, but on fixing the relationship, still fighting, still trying, still, becoming the doormat. Please love me, please give it a chance, please give it a try, I love you, please, right? And in that process, we sort of slowly start to understand that it ain't going to work out. And we reach that moment that there's no love, we know that it has to end. We kind of forget that our heart was broken and we never healed that. Right? So whatever you feel towards your ex, however you know that maybe it's not going to happen, and I don't think you've ever healed your heart from this person, because there's still grief of loss. Lost love, lost hope. Lost and hearing as well part of you that was lost in that relationship and in that love. We have regret and we have trust. I was hearing, remember, that this person came into your life to open your heart, not to ever have any regrets. I feel that whatever happened in your past relationship, it had a very dangerous potential to really put you into the energy of bitterness, really locking your heart, never loving again, never trusting yourself. And the self shame, right, and the self judgment that most people have, some of them consciously and some of them project that. That's why I often highlight to you guys that when we hate or resent our ex, it's always the self that we resent. It's a projection. It's the self. We don't realize that we cannot accept, how could I ever be with this person? How could I ever not see the red flags? How could I ever not see that they cheated on me, that they lied, that they deceived, whatever that is. And we resent ourselves, but we cannot handle it. We don't know how to handle it, so we project it on another person. And then we think that we're just healing and getting stronger. But in reality, we stop trusting people. But again, it's a projection. Who we don't trust is we don't trust ourselves. Because we think, okay, I chose this person, but I was wrong. How can I ever trust myself? I better lock my heart. Because we're not understanding that this ex person is not a representation of romantic love itself. It's just one person. And it was a lesson. And it was a destined lesson. Put on your path for a reason. Now, what was that reason? Change. We have a lot of orange color, so maybe there is some, I always say all the cards go towards the sacral. I have a beautiful 6-month sacral program. I don't think this collective you're going to be, up for it, because it requires 6 months of celibacy and really self-work. And I think that you're hooked on this person. They're showing me the hooked card. But I think it's also about change, embracing. Maybe you struggle as well, whether you know it or not, that releasing the past person, you thought that you would be together forever. You always believed in this forever kind of love. And you cannot just swallow the fact that some things and some people just come for a chapter. And now you're so obsessed with who this person is because you're just afraid to have a next chapter. But what if this next chapter is a beautiful karmic catalyst that will one day prepare you for an amazing soulmate? Chapters are beautiful. Our life consists of chapters. Change is inevitable. It's the only constant in life. You need to regain trust in yourself. This collective failure. Yeah, the self, the shame. The shame. Release that. There was a lot of energy, remember, about releasing your ex, forgiveness. I don't think you've ever properly processed the past, what happened, forgiven yourself, understood, learned the lesson. I think you look at it as a failure.